Good morning and welcome to another one of our stories. Today's story is a story about a good king who trusted God. It's also a story about counting steps. Do you ever go up the stairs and count them as you go? Well, today's story has 10 steps in it, and you can count along with me through the story when we're counting them. Now let's open the book to the Bible story called Hezekiah Trusts God. Hezekiah was the king of Judah, and he was a good king. He tore down the statues of the false gods and opened up the temple in Jerusalem so his people could worship the true God again. So God watched over Hezekiah. When Sennacherib, king of Assyria, sent an enormous army to conquer Jerusalem, God sent an angel who conquered them all. Hezekiah was grateful for God's care, but one day Hezekiah fell ill. He lay in his bed, covered with the most awful sores, and with nothing to do but watch the shadow of the sun making its way down the stairs each day. 1 step, 2 step, 3 steps, 4, 5 steps, 6 steps, 7 steps more, 8 steps, 9 steps, step number 10. And Hezekiah wondered, will my illness ever end? One day a prophet named Isaiah came to visit. At first Hezekiah was glad of his company, but when Isaiah told him the reason for his visit, the king was sorry he'd ever let him into the palace. God has given a message to me for you, said the prophet sadly. You'll not get better. What you must do is to prepare for your death. Without another word, Isaiah left, and the king listened as his footsteps echoed down the stairs. 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4, 5 steps, 6 steps, 7 steps more, 8 steps, 9 steps, step 10. It's too soon, sighed Hezekiah. Too soon to be the end. Hezekiah turned over in his bed, and his face against the wall, he wept and he prayed. Dear God, I've tried to do what is right, and I've always been loyal to you. Do not forget me in my time of need. And almost at once, Hezekiah heard steps coming up the stairs. 1 step, 2 step, 3 steps, 4, 5 steps, 6 steps, 7 steps more, 8 steps, 9 steps, step number 10. It was Isaiah, come to visit again. Your Majesty, he smiled. God has another message for you. He has heard your prayer and has promised to make you well again. How can I be sure? Asked the king. What sign will God give me? You'll make the shadow move 10 steps down the stairs, answered the prophet, and then you'll know. That happens every day, said the king, and I have watched it, for that is the path the sun travels. But if God should make the shadow go back up the stairs, the way the sun never goes, then I'll be sure of this sign. And so Isaiah prayed, and so God answered. And as Hezekiah watched, 1 step, 2 step, 3 steps, 4, 5 steps, 6 steps, 7 steps more, 8 steps, 9 steps, step number 10. The shadow went back up the stairs again, and Hezekiah, good King Hezekiah, lived to rule God's people for another 15 years more. Hezekiah was a good king. He always tried to do his best to please God. But at the end of his life, he had to trust God. He had to trust that God knew best about his life. That's why he prayed to him. Let's close our eyes and think about your life. Who knows best? Hezekiah said, God knows best. Sometimes people say, Mum knows best, or Dad knows best, or even your teacher knows best. All of these things can be true. Now think about them for a little while. Now close your eyes. I'm going to say a prayer. If you want to make it your prayer, say Amen after me at the end. Dear God, help us to realise we don't always know what is best for us. Help us to trust those who do. Amen. Amen. Now thank you for listening. I look forward to bringing you another story soon. Take care and keep safe. God bless you all. Goodbye for now.